Hi guys, it's Kaylee, and today I wanted to do a video that has been requested a few times, just about my septum piercing and my experience having my septum pierced, as well as where I get my septum jewelry from. So first of all, the experience of getting my septum pierced, if you're interested, if you're thinking about getting it done, it's a very trendy piercing now for some reason. I'm not sure when or why that happened. I remember a few years ago it was like all the rage to have like a nose hoop. It was all the rage to have your lips pierced. Like in the 90s when I grew up, eyebrow piercings were like a big thing. And now it seems like septum piercings are like the hot, trendy piercing. I didn't really get it because I cared about following a particular trend or anything. I just thought they were really beautiful on other people. And I don't know, I just thought they were so beautiful. I really wanted one. Basically, a lot of people in my life who aren't into piercings and tattoos and stuff like told me not to get one, that it was a terrible idea, but I didn't care because I wanted to do, you know, what would make me happy. So ultimately what I did, I went to a local tattoo shop, the one where I got my star tattoos done at. They're really faded. I need to get them retouched. I know this. But I went to like this local tattoo shop that I had frequented before, obviously, and I had never been pierced there. I've only had a couple piercings before. So this was only the second body piercing I think I've ever had. I had my lip pierced before, but I took it out and it ended up growing up overnight. But anyway, so I went into this tattoo shop. I guess they mostly specialize in tattooing because the piercer they had wasn't available. So I asked when he would be in next, and then I came in at that time. He still wasn't there. I probably should have used this as a warning to like not go there, but the owner of the shop actually called him up and was like, hey, there's someone here that wants to get pierced. Come in and do it. He finally showed up. He seemed like a pretty nice professional guy. Like, I really liked that shop and trusted everyone there, so I just went ahead and went with it. Everyone that I know who has had a septum piercing and that I asked about, you know, the number one thing everyone wants to know is like, does it hurt? How much does it hurt? And the answer is, of course it hurts. You're punching a hole through your flesh. You're kind of a weird person if you don't think that hurts. I have a friend who she actually like likes getting pierced. It's like fun for her. She enjoys the sensation of it. I don't know about all that. That is not me. Definitely not. If you know what, you know, getting a shot feels like, it feels very much like that. It just feels like a needle going into your flesh, unsurprisingly. I guess depending on your pain tolerance, it can be higher or lower. You can like, you know, take some Tylenol or something, I think, before you go get pierced. That maybe will help with the pain, help with the swelling. Just be really careful if you do decide to, you know, read up on it basically. Do your research. Make sure it's okay what to take if you want to take something before you get pierced, because certain things can be conducive to healing and stuff, other things not so much. And definitely do not get drunk, or I don't know about other illicit substances, but definitely don't get drunk before you get pierced or tattooed. That is just a very bad idea. It slows down healing, it makes your blood thinner, so you'll bleed a lot more. It's just not a good idea. But anyway, about my piercing experience, I laid back on the little table thing and a guy stood over me and started piercing my septum. Apparently I have a very straight, symmetrical septum, which made it easier, he seemed to be saying. And yeah, it was probably the worst pain I've yet to experience. I have a very sensitive nose, nostril area, so I was expecting it to hurt quite a bit, but wow, it was like off the charts for me. I had tears streaming out my eyes. It took all my restraint to keep myself laying down and not like jump up and run out of that place. And it also seemed to take an unusually long time. I know when I had my lip pierced before, it was like super quick. It was like yeah, the needle hurt going in my face and everything, but it was like done and over with, and I had the jewelry in like in just a minute. With this, it almost seemed like the guy was struggling. Like, I don't know if he was having trouble positioning it the correct way, or if like the shape of my nose was giving him some trouble or anything like that, but it was just taking him like an obscenely long amount of time. And meanwhile, I have this needle like wiggling around in my septum. Hurt quite a bit, I must say. But eventually, I got it done. Everything was fine. I'm not totally sure. I'm not an expert on piercings or anything, obviously, but I feel like he may have actually done the incorrect thing and pierced through my cartilage at least a little bit instead of just the skin. And I'm thinking maybe that's why it took so long. Because a while after that, I was just in a lot of pain. My piercing had a lot of trouble healing. It was really difficult to keep clean and stuff. I didn't get any infections or anything, thank goodness, but I made sure to really clean my piercing every single day, you know, keep it nice and hygienic and clean, wash my hands before handling it, and those are all really important things, like your piercer will go over with you if you're interested. But yeah, just make sure your piercer knows the difference between, you know, piercing the skin, the flesh underneath your cartilage and your actual cartilage, because I'm pretty sure I don't have a lot of like skin beneath my cartilage, so I think he just went ahead and poked the needle right through my cartilage, and I think that's why it took so long and why it hurt so much. Because from what I've heard from other people with septum piercings, it's sort of like the lip piercing. Like, yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it's nothing like major to write home about. Whereas, like I said, that was maybe the worst pain I've experienced in my entire life. And I have broken my ankle twice. But yeah, so that's my piercing experience. Take it for what it's worth. If you really want to get your septum pierced, don't let me deter you in any way. I highly recommend it. I love my septum piercing now that it's done. If I were to happen to accidentally let it grow up again, like I did with my lip piercing, I don't know, I'd be really torn. I don't know if I would get it done again. I really wouldn't want to go through the process again, but I just love it so much. I would probably just let it go. But yeah, while I have it, I am like in love with my septum piercing, and I love getting all kinds of interesting, pretty jewelry for it. And it's a great time to have a septum piercing because there is so much beautiful jewelry for them. So on that topic, I get a lot of questions about where I get my septum jewelry from, because I have lots of different cute kinds. And the answer is, I've tried ordering septum jewelry from cheap places like eBay and stuff, places that I assume come direct from China because they only cost like $1 or $2, but those places are shit. Do not get your jewelry from there. Anytime I've gotten like I try to order like a clicker, which if you don't know what a clicker is, it is basically, it's like one of these, and it just has like a little thing that you click to close it, and it's very easy and very nice to use. And these are my favorite kinds of septum jewelry. And I tried to order these, but instead of it being an actual clicker, it's like a little bar that you remove and you have to put into place. And if you've ever tried to put one of those in, it's effing impossible. You cannot do it. So, especially like in your septum, no, I don't think so. So, yeah, just be very careful. Order from reputable places that sell real jewelry, not this crappy fake, you know, like removable bar crap. That's not good. So on that note, my favorite place to get jewelry from is this store online called Body Candy, and they were referred to me by my good friend Brittany, who also has a septum piercing. Hi Brittany. But I will have a link down below if you're interested in checking them out and trying them out. They don't only sell septum piercings, they have like a ton of jewelry for different kinds of piercings. This is one of my favorite septum rings from there. It's kind of like tribal and decorative, and I just really like it. And I love that they sent me like this little bag to keep my septum rings in. So yeah, very cool, love them. And I will go ahead and show off all my Septum jewelry. So those are all my Septum jewelry that I have right now. Like I said, I love Body Candy. I'm pretty sure I will be ordering some more from them soon because they have like some cute new styles in right now. Highly recommend them to you guys. And just like I said, if you're interested in getting your septum pierced, just do lots of research, find a reputable piercer, ask as many questions as you want, because after all, you're paying them to do a service that is going to be something, you know, semi-permanent to your body. So you have every right in the world to get as much information as you need. And if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching today and spending some time with me. I really appreciate you. And if you'd like to, feel free to subscribe and join me here on my channel along with my coven of beautiful spoopies. I'd love to have you. And don't forget that you are beautiful just the way you are and to always be yourself. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!